Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a different video. A little context before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video. A few weeks ago, we met up with my buddy Nick, who owns a Golf R. The plan was to kind of showcase his car in a B-roll edit and then have him throw the car around in some snow and do some shenanigans and things of that nature. Unfortunately, the locations were compromised and we didn't end up doing that. I just kind of got B-roll edit. And if you're new here or if you've been here a while, you know that I don't put out fluff videos. I kind of want every single video to have some type of sauce and provide some type of entertainment or value of knowledge or whatever. I want the videos that I put out to have something. So I wasn't going to just put a B-roll edit out there, plop it on this channel and call it a day. It probably wouldn't do well anyway. But since we went and got B-roll anyways, here's a quick edit to kind of introduce this car before the rest of this video.
Set me free, now liberate me. I'm making me who I wanna be. Set me free, now liberate me. Let me see the fire in me now. Time moves on, gotta own it. Breaking down the walls that I built. It's time to get ready.
So fast forward to a couple weeks to today. We're actually meeting up with Nick again in efforts to save this video. I kind of struggled with ways to kind of save this video. Then an idea popped in my head. If you guys remember, last April, I did an April Fool's joke pretending to trade in my Genesis for a GTI. And that GTI actually is owned by my buddy Kyle. So it's a regular GTI, it's not a Golf R. It's a stage one with a bunch of other little bits that he's done to it. I thought it would be a great idea. Well, I know in hindsight it's not a great idea, but for us to compare the Golf R to the GTI. Brilliant, I know. This is probably going to be the most unfair comparison on YouTube. But it begs the question, how much better is a Golf R and is it worth the 15K or whatever it is over the GTI? As unfair as this comparison already is, Nick's Golf R is actually a stage 2, automatic dual clutch, and Kyle's regular GTI is only a stage 1 and it's a manual. So Kyle has no chance here. We're gonna do this comparison. I think it'll be fun to kind of see how much better 15 Gs can get you. On top of everything going against Kyle here in this comparison video, the airstrip was extremely wet. There was slush and snow in patches all along the runway, so Kyle had his work cut out for him. So I'm gonna let Karen kind of do the specs and show a very brief mod list for each car, just so you can get an idea of how unfair this is going to be. But both these cars have an extensive modification list, so if you want to see the full modifications, I'll leave both their Instagrams in the description, but I'll just put the main parts, the main performance bits that'll probably affect these kind of tests that we did. So I'll just let Karen kind of take it from here.
2015 Golf R, aftermarket parts detected, carbon fiber intake, turbo inlet pipe, race downpipe, TCU upgrade, ECU stage 2. 2015 GTI, APR stage 1 tune, Sachs performance clutch, short shifter, Moose P flow intake, H&R sports springs on racing line shocks, Porsche 986 box to brake conversion. And for your reference,
so first, the main differences between a Golf R and a GTI obviously are the drivetrain. So the GTI is only front wheel drive and the Golf R has all wheel drive. So we thought it would be a good idea to test launches. So that's the first test we did. I filmed them in slow motion so that you can see how the car reacts to different situations and which wheels spin.
Launch test, in the wet, traction disengaged. Traction engaged.
I swear, playing back the slow-mo of the Golf R, the front wheels lifted off the ground, but I'll let you guys be the judge.
Traction disengaged.
obviously the Golf R's all-wheel drive system, way superior than front-wheel drive. Also, it's got launch control. All the nannies take care of that. Whereas Kyle, in a front-wheel drive manual GTI, has to do literally everything himself. So results as expected. Computer can launch way better than any human can. I don't care what you say. And obviously a dual clutch is better than a manual in terms of performance. Man, I'm gonna get some hate on this video. I know manual's more engaging, I know. So after the launch tests, obviously the Golf R won that one. It's probably gonna win all these tests, but after the launch test, we decided to do a 0 to 60 test. So here's the Golf R first. By the way, these tests were logged by a cheap OBD2 reader that we stuck in each car and then connected to an app on my phone, which is Dash Command, and we just kind of set the 2 points 0 to 60, and at times it does a pretty good job. It's pretty accurate. Obviously, it's not a V-Box or whatever, but that's all I got. .7 seconds. It's fast. A 4.7 0 to 60 in the wet in the Golf R is just absolutely insane. It launches so hard and it gets to 60 so quick. That's actually faster in the wet than I do 0 to 60s in my car in the dry. So I'm kind of curious to see what it runs in the dry. So very fast. And up next is Kyle in the manual GTI. .8 seconds.
Seven eight.
Nice. What was the other one?
8.3.
Oh yeah. That's
A little bit better. Yeah, your phone went flying too, by the way.
So Kyle was having a lot of spinning issues, and for a good reason. It was a very wet road that we were doing these tests on, and he had to. It's all driver mod for the GTI. First run, I think it was around 8.3 or something, and then the second run he got a 7.8, and then the third one was really bad, but I don't remember what that was. But his best 0 to 60 time was a 7.8. So because Kyle was having so many issues spinning in the GTI, we decided to do kind of a rolling 10 to 70 timed run and see if that would be a little bit closer. By not starting from a dig, he's kind of omitting a lot of the traction issues, the spinning issues. Basically, the way this app works is you set 2 points, so 10 to 70. So when the dongle reads that you hit 10 miles per hour, it'll start the timer, and then when you hit 70, it'll stop the timer. So we figured that this would be a lot more fair of a race. 10 to 70, here's the GTI first. Seconds. So still having spinning issues, but not as dramatic as from a dig. We got a 9.8, 10 to 70. So let's see how the Golf R does.
you gotta beat a 9.8.
Seconds.
5.8 10 to 70 from the Golf R. The thing is just wicked fast. So yeah, I feel like we've proved absolutely nothing that everybody already didn't know. The Golf R obviously is superior to the GTI, especially in this case where the R was stage 2 and the GTI was stage 1. The R had DSG and the GTI was manual. Obviously the R is going to be better, but is it 15? And I don't know if it's 15 grand. I'm just kind of pulling that number out of my ass. But is it worth that much more for the R than the GTI? Stock for stock, or stage 2 to stage 1? I say yes. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully this all worked out in terms of saving this video. And who knows, maybe one person will find this video and is teetering between a GTI and a Golf R and not wanting to spend the money. Maybe this will help them decide. So if it helps at least one person or entertains at least one person, then I'm happy. Who knows, maybe we'll make this a regular series on this channel, the most unfair comparisons. Probably not. I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'm sorry if this blemish was distracting. I'm not immortal. I get pimples too.
Set me free, liberate me. I'm making me who I wanna be.
For shits and giggles. Ready? Go.
Did a burnout.